Hello, this is the Bible in fewer words. We are Carol and Steve Wells. This is episode 92, Judges, chapter 12. If you enjoy this podcast, consider supporting us at patreon.com/BFW. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Carol.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Doesn't look like this is a very long chapter.
No, we're gonna have to try to find something to talk about here because it is kind of short. But I didn't want to combine it with the next one because the next one's on a totally different subject that we want to cover in detail.
Okay, I don't feel like we should have to think about things to talk about. If this is a short episode, our listeners sometimes might be grateful.
Yeah, we have to have a warning. This could be a short episode. I think we already said that.
Okay, Judges 12.
Verse 1. After the Ammonites slaughter, the men of Ephraim said to Jephthah, "Why didn't you ask us to fight with you against the Ammonites? Because you didn't, we'll burn down your house."
So, didn't Ephraim do this once before?
Yeah. So Ephraim is a tribe, like one of the 12 tribes, right?
Yep.
And then once before with Gideon, they had the problem there. Gideon had slaughtered some folks.
Yeah, I remember. But Steve, how did they not get invited, Ephraim?
I don't know, but they keep forgetting them. Somehow they just don't get the memo. They didn't get it with Gideon and the Midianites. Mm-hmm. Now they didn't get it with Jephthah and the Ammonites. And they're getting pretty pissed about it. Now, before, with Gideon, he was able to say, well, you did get the two kings. You caught them.
Uh-huh.
So you really did more than I did. And that calmed them down, and they were okay with that.
Yes, because we established that Gideon did nothing, really. He
Yeah.
held on to a trumpet and a lantern.
Yeah, it was pretty much all God in that case, right?
Yeah.
And he did have the 300 guys with their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now they're mad again.
They're angry again, yeah.
And they just said, because you didn't invite us, we're going to burn your house down.
Yeah.
All right. So verse 2, Jephthah said to them, I asked you to help, but you refused. God delivered the Ammonites into my hands. So why are you fighting against me?
So Jephthah gathered the men of Gilead and fought Ephraim. So it's a fight, about not participating. You didn't ask us to participate in your slaughter. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to fight you. Or Jephthah decides he's going to fight them. Anyway, there's going to be a fight, civil war.
That is bizarre.
Yeah.
So verse 5, the Gileadites, that's a funny word.
I guess that's the people from Gilead.
Yes. The Gileadites crossed the Jordan River before the Ephraimites.
When the Ephraimites came to the river, the men of Gilead said to them, "Are you an Ephraimite?"
If they said no, then they said to him, "Say Shibboleth."
And they said Shibboleth because they couldn't pronounce it correctly.
Well, this is very bizarre.
Uh-huh.
It's a whole race who can't pronounce something.
Yeah, they had trouble with the SH. They just couldn't do it.
And now that's how they're going to be tested to see whether they're an Ephraimite or a Gileadite.
Yeah, that's all it took.
The only way they could tell them apart was if they could say an SH or it came out as a S.
Well, I guess they didn't have driver's license in those days, so they couldn't check their ID or anything, their passport. So that was the best they could do. Say Shibboleth, they couldn't do it.
So they would say Shibboleth.
Shibboleth, yeah.
Huh.
So the Gileadites killed 42,000 Ephraimites who were trying to cross the river.
And trying to say Shibboleth.
Yeah, they couldn't do it.
Shibboleth.
One by one, I guess they said Shibboleth, and they killed him. Next guy came up and said Shibboleth, and they killed him. And they just kept going for 42,000 times. It's amazing.
How long might that have taken them?
I don't know. You'd think it would take at least all day, right?
At least.
I'd have to do
It would take about a week, I think.
Here.
Okay, I'm trying to imagine. Say the word Shibboleth, and then, lay down, and then they were just stabbing them with their
Yeah, I guess
sword.
they could kill them pretty
Like
quickly, I
5
guess. I don't know. I've never done it
5 minutes.
before, so I don't know.
How long does it take to kill someone?
It does seem like it might take a while to kill someone with a sword or whatever they're using. I suppose it'd be a sword.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, so verse 7. Jephthah judged Israel for 6 years. Then he died.
Oh, good. We're rid of him.
What happens when a judge dies? Then the people get bad again.
Yeah.
And then God gets frustrated, and then he sells them. Okay.
And they raise up a new one, and it's a cycle. But we're going to have a couple more cycles here in this chapter, because after he dies, then he's succeeded. Verse 8 says, he was succeeded by Ibzan, who had 30 sons and 30 daughters, and took 30 daughters from abroad for his sons.
Okay.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
No.
He's intermarrying with the neighboring people.
A strange neighboring people.
Unless maybe it's from another Israelite tribe. Maybe that's what abroad means, like, marrying somebody from Montana or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, because he was short.
Well, because he had 30 sons.
Okay.
So he brought in 30 daughters from abroad somewhere.
To marry his son. To be
marry
wives
his sons,
for the
to
sons.
wives for his sons, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what he did with his 30 daughters, but it's interesting that they really like that 30 number in Judges, don't they?
Yes, they do.
We had the other guy that had 30 sons, and they rode on 30 donkeys, and they had 30 cities, I think.
Uh-huh.
Can't remember his name.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't think we have to remember it.
Okay.
All right, so verse 9. Ibzan judged Israel for 7 years. Then he died.
Yeah, we don't know much about him.
No.
That's all we know is he had how many sons and daughters he had, where he got his...
Daughters-in-law.
Yeah, right.
But that's a very quick cycle.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I mean, we're talking about Jephthah, and then we have one line about Ibzan, and then Ibzan's dead.
Yeah, sometimes the cycle is just one verse. They don't give you any clue that the whole thing happened, and we don't really know that it did.
No.
All that we really know is about how many sons and daughters he has, like we would be interested in that. But
Okay.
so verse 11 says that Elon was judge for 10 years. And we don't really know. I tried looking this up to see if the famous Elon of today, you know who I'm talking about, right?
I do.
We can say his name, I think.
Can we? Is he going to come charge us?
I don't know, but Elon Musk, we figure, must have been named after this judge of Israel.
I'd never met anybody named Elon before. Had you?
No,
And I still
that's the
haven't
only
met
Elon I know of.
Okay. So Elon was judged for 10 years.
Yeah, then he died.
Then he died. Okay, we're knowing even less and less. Maybe these judges' stories are getting boring for the writers.
We don't have too much. I have a little picture here that tells you some information about them, but I think they're just getting them from the same place we are, which is not telling us anything.
Yeah, not much. Okay, so then verse 13. After Elon came Abdon, who had 40 sons and 30 nephews that rode on 70 donkeys.
Yeah, 70 donkeys.
Uh-huh.
That's really nice.
Nobody is like double riding on a donkey there.
No, he had enough donkeys for all of his sons and nephews.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, that's a detail that you just wouldn't want to leave out of the story, right?
Or the Bible.
Or the Bible. Yeah. It's important to know. Yeah.
Yes.
That is something that was inspired by God. Mm-hmm. And so it's included in the Bible. We have to leave it there.
Yep.
Yep.
It's still there now.
Uh-huh.
And the last verse is Abdon judged Israel for 8 years, and then he died.
Yeah.
These are getting shorter. These judgeships are getting shorter and shorter.
Uh-huh.
How many more judges do we have?
Not many.
Okay. All right, folks. See how we promised you this would be short?
Yeah.
This will be under 10 minutes.
Wow.
I know. Do we want to add anything?
Well, I don't think so. We do have some interesting stuff coming up in Judges.
The next episode?
In the next episode, yeah.
Okay. I think no spoilers.
Okay, I won't even say.
All right. Thanks, listeners. See you later, Steve. Bye.